I am not happy. I am not happy. Hmm. Okay. First off, CBCS as a company and grading and all that, fine. Good to go. Clarity and ease of use on their website got an issue. And their customer service got a big issue. We're going to talk about it and walk through, but I have a couple invites out. No one's been able to make it just yet. And I'm also going to put an invite in the chat. If I know you and you want to jump on, feel free. And we're just going to go over exactly what happened to me today. But basically, I'm having to pay an extra 200 something dollars, you know. So anyway, there's the link. Someone wants to join. And here's what happened. Okay, I call up. Well, first off, I've been a member, a free member of CBCS for a decent while, since I think 2017. But I wasn't a paid member until February of last year. That's when I got my first paid membership. And anyway, so I get my membership, and then I notice they have rewards, which is great. And they also have something called e-coupons. And I didn't really understand what these e-coupons were. And let me show you. Okay, here's the membership. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make it full screen. Here's the membership right here. And as you can see, yeah, I know it jumps like that. Sorry. There's the free. You're not technically a member according to them, but I call it a free membership. The free, you don't get jack squat, and the prices are a little higher. As you can see here at the bottom, it'll cost you $18 for a modern book. And it's $40 for 2-day modern. The 100, the bronze, this is the lowest paid membership you can have. You get 2 times 2-day modern. So you get 2-day modern e-coupons, plus you get 3 fast passes that you can use for free. And you're only paying $16 per modern book and $36 per 2-day modern. So you're thinking, well, that actually sounds pretty good, Will. Yeah, that's because it is pretty good. But see, here's the thing. When I called, I got their customer service call center, and it's, as far as I know, the only place you can call for customer service. And apparently it's in India or some place in Asia, I assume, because you get these people, I can't understand what they say half the time, and it's insane. But anyway, I finally got somebody and could make out what he was saying enough to where I asked, how do the e-coupons function? Well, what he said was you have to write on your printed shipping invoice, you have to write that you're using one of the e-coupons for the 2-day modern, and then that will reduce your modern tier book from the 2-day cost of $36 to the standard modern cost of $16 for the entire order. And I said, okay, wow, that's great. Sign me up. And all of last year, when it comes to CBCS, I wasn't able to do that many books per order because you have money. So I never sent more than 5 at a time with the 2-day modern. And, that's supposed to give you the whole order form for the cost of $16, even though you selected the $36 tier. But anyway, I get an email today that my 12-book submission that I did 6 books on, and DS Comics put 6 of his books on there, and I got free pressing from him. So, it kind of works out. But instead of being $280 or so, they hit my account for $440-something. Lights go off, things start flashing. It's go time. So I just sent an email, hey, you overcharged me. And in the course of about hour and a half, I called 3 different times to the customer service and sent back and forth between us. There were 7 emails basically arguing about the 2-day modern coupon. Because, see, I only used 1 order for it, and then I have the second one. So you only get 2. So this was supposed to be my second one, this 12-book order. But apparently, the guy who told me last year when I called how it works didn't know what the crap he was talking about. The 2-day modern coupon is not you select the 2-day modern, but you only have to pay $16. What it is you select the 2-day modern and you get the book for free. And Hudat is going to join me here as I'm going through this rant. Have you heard most of it so far? Is he unwired pearls and whatever's? Well, I hate those things. And they always get. They're better than the wireless though. I will give you that. Let's pause a second here. I got time for this rant. Don't worry.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. How much have you heard?
0.
Okay. So I'll just do a small little recap. Oh, but by the way, I'm so focused on this, I haven't even said hello to Wolf Blitz, JP, John, and there were some other guys. But I'm trying to get this out clearly so everyone understands. The 2-day modern coupon, as I've told you, Hudat, and I was told when I called and asked their employees at their call center, was you select 2-day modern and you get your book back in 2 days, or whatever the time frame is for that tier, but you only pay the standard modern price, which is $16. And it's for the whole order. And I'm like, score, I like that plan. Apparently that dude had no idea what the crap he was talking about. And what it actually means is that it's not for the whole order. You get 2 coupons for 2 individual books, and that's it. And they don't reduce the cost to $16, which is the standard modern tier. They reduce the cost on those 2 books to 0. So you just get 2 2-day modern books for free, which is still awesome, but not when I supplied a 12-book order, 6 of mine, 6 of DS's books together, because he did the pressing for free in order for me to submit his books at the cheaper price. And instead of being $280, I got hit for over $440. And I was going through and talking with them through email, and I called 3 times in the span of an hour and a half. We did 7 emails, and I finally figured out that I was told wrong the entire time. And that's not how it's supposed to work. So I've actually already used my 2 2-day moderns, because the last order that I did of 5 books, 3 of them were $36 a piece and 2 of them were free, because both coupons were used. But
That's
see,
good to know because I just sent off 8 books.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I did not know that. I did not know that.
They don't even have it advertised like that.
Well, I'm about to show that right now. We add this to stream. What I want you all to pay attention to, if you can see it, is you see it says e-coupons here. It has 2 times 2-day modern. So you get 2 of these coupons and you get 3 fast passes. Now, he told me correctly last year that this is for 3 individual books, but he said each coupon was for a whole order, which is wrong. It's for 2. Everything here is for an individual book. If it says 2 times, that means 2 individual books. If it says 3 right here, that's for 3 individual books. But it doesn't say anything about how they're used here. But if you notice, it has 2 asterisks right here on the e-coupons. So I'm thinking, oh no, old redneck Will didn't bother looking at the asterisks, and it's probably going to embarrass himself. Well, nope, turns out I did look at the asterisks before, and all the asterisks say are e-coupons apply to processing tier and not add-ons such as shipping. They don't have it anywhere on the page what the heck these things are for and how you're supposed to use them. I had to go with the employee that I got on the phone at the call center that they provided the phone number for.
Yeah, who's not even a really employee.
Who's not even a good English speaker, not even in the country or the continent that we're on, and apparently don't know jack crap about what he's supposed to know about because everything he told me just about it was wrong. So CBCS, I have sent 2 emails and I got somebody, I don't know who it was, on the phone. I left a message, and all 3 of those, the phone call and the 2 emails were, call me. I want to talk to someone that speaks American. I know American isn't the language. You know what I mean.
No, but that should tell them that you're pretty angry.
That should tell them what I mean.
Hungry.
Well, anyway, now granted, that was only about 3 hours ago that I sent those. No one's called.
They're not going to contact you today.
Yeah, so I didn't figure that today, but I hope that they call me tomorrow, and I'm going to tell them they need to call on their nerds that do all this coding for their website and get them to add onto this little 2 asterisk thing another sentence that says all coupons are for individual issues. In other words, if it says 3 fast passes, that's for 3 books. 2 2-day modern coupons, that's for 2 books. That way there's no confusion, and I could have just read this because CBCS, believe it or not, I told you in 3 hours, or excuse me, in an hour and a half, I had 7 emails between me and customer service. They do a good job when you email them. Calling them, don't even do it. They should just burn that thing to the ground and not even fool with it.
They shouldn't even waste their money on a call center.
They shouldn't at all.
Because you should just have some people, and then if you get backed up, you get backed up, and have like a normal call center.
Right. But they should do that, and they should also do where they make the, check it out right here, e-coupon. E stands for electronic.
You should be able to click on something. Yeah, you should be able to
click on something. What you have to do for every one of these e-coupons, for those of you that do not know, is write by hand on the invoice you print out, I am using my whatever coupon, and I do the math for them. So my total should be blank. But apparently I've been doing the math wrong because of the idiot from last year that didn't tell me what was going on. He didn't know what he was talking about. Now I know
Bill, he might have been told the wrong thing as well.
Yeah, I know. But I know what y'all are thinking. You're thinking, hey, Will, did you not notice when you sent in your books? No, I didn't, because here's why. I told you, until this time with 12 books, I only sent in 5. And it wasn't that it reduced everything to $16. It's that you got 2 of them for free. So let's do the math on that, because I'm thinking instead of getting $72 off and paying $36 for 3, I'm thinking I'm getting all 5 for 16, which means I'm adding 32 of the 72 back. So I'm basically getting 4 for half price in the math I was doing. So when I got the email that said, hey, we shipped your book or whatever, and it told me that, what the price I paid was, it was usually around $10 or so or $15 of what I thought it was going to be, because I was only sending in 5 books. So I didn't catch it. I just figured, well, I'm bad at math, or hey, they might have overcharged me $5-10, and that's not enough to fool with. So that's why I didn't catch it. But boy, I have 12 books, because thinking you're going to spend less than $280 and then getting hit with over $440, woo, you're going to notice that. So CBCS, great company. I love your product. Your email customer service is pretty spot on. But y'all have got to do something about that e-coupon thing. Make sure you clarify. Clarity is very important. It causes things to be a lot easier when you are clear and you are precise in your wording. So you need to do that. You need to actually make the e-coupon E, and you need to get rid of the stupid call center in India, or, I don't know, maybe have everyone pay $18 a book instead of dropping it to $16, so you can have one in America. Make, I don't know, some U.S. jobs. Because I don't know about you, Hudat, but $18 is still $4 less than their biggest competition, CGC, for a modern book. And I would much rather pay another $2 per book, still be $4 less than CGC, and be able to talk to Mary in Wisconsin on the phone, or wherever they have their call center in America, so I know they understand what I'm saying, and I know they probably get whatever they're saying, and I don't think, you get what I'm saying? I'm just mad.
All right, you take a breath, and I'll answer what you asked me, I think. So
thank you.
I do agree. Like, they can charge a couple dollars more, still be cheaper than their competition to have a call center here. That is not and they have a few things that if they tweak, they could be at the same level or better. Just a few things. The website should have been updated since they opened. That website hasn't been updated since they opened. That's the same website. The things like the drop downs for the e-coupon should be added easily. Explanation should be easily met. We shouldn't have to wait for an interview with Steve Borak to get information about their company. They should have other people doing that. They should have a media person. They should have an Instagram person, a YouTube person. They're getting YouTubers to do certain things, but they're not using their full potential. And as far as, like you said, pricing and stuff like that, I should say one thing they do kill at right now that I am very pissed with CGC is they open your books when they receive them. They open them when you receive them. They don't have a thing and hire somebody else. Hey, you put tracking numbers in this thing every time we open stuff, so people know we got their books.
Yeah.
Where are my books sitting at in a box in Florida?
Yeah.
They have two different heats in Texas and Florida. You have humid, and you have dry heat. I'd rather them sit in Texas, honestly.
Yeah, the order that I'm talking about was delivered to them on Monday, and all this happened today. Today's Tuesday, so one night they were waiting, and then they got opened, and I got emailed.
So they're killing it on certain things. They just not. It's like that. Like a sports analogy you can use. Like, man, this dude's on fire. He's hitting every shot, but he can't hit a free throw. You're like, what is going? What is going on? It's stuff that boggles my mind at what they're doing. Their clear cases are so much better. I don't care what people say. Their cases are so much better. Yes, they could have tweaked the label, but that doesn't even go through the heads. It has to go through a board, which sounds ridiculous. Like certain things with Steve Borak was talking about, certain things that they have to get approved through a board. That's why they don't get a lot of things done there. What I've heard that makes sense. If you know anything about business, people, when you have to go through a board to get things approved, simple
Hey,
things as getting a new label
I'm
is
a
takes.
member of the United Methodist Church, my friend. I know about committees for the committee, under the committee for the board. Trust me.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. So like, it's not an easy process as far as having somebody in charge, having a couple people look at it and approve it and move on. Why do you think Marvel is so successful with Kevin Feige? Because it's Kevin Feige, the head of Disney, and that's it. That's it. So sometimes that might not work, but it has been working lately for companies and CBCS needs to like have a Steve Harrock. You're probably the best grader in the world right now. But guess what? Only if we have some golden age super duper that's rare, blah blah blah, you're gonna grade, but you're not grading. Guess what? You're gonna be controlling everything that goes on. You're gonna answer to the owner of Beckett. That's how we're gonna roll. If you need some people under you, hire those. I'll tell me the background, and I will trust your mindset. If you want to have somebody in control of media, go ahead, do it. But that's what they need to have don't have this board and all that. You're not CGC yet.
Yeah.
You don't need a board.
I'm obviously really pissed, mainly because of the idiot or whoever I talked to gave me wrong information. But I'm not mad at the product. It's still great. I'm not mad at the timing or anything. That is pretty much as stated. I'm not mad at the waiting because the waiting is like, as far as when they open the package, it got delivered yesterday. I mean, I mean, that's fine. It's just these, it's those little things that if they do, they will be better than CGC. Their case is already better. Their grading is already better.
And let me tell you another thing. You don't even have to put it on you don't even have to write it on there. You know why I know that? I just checked on an order. Because you were talking about this, let me check on my first order. I said I wanted to try the 2-day modern, but I wanted to get my book open faster because it was a Captain America 117 in there. So I said fast pass and I did consumer. Guess what? They didn't charge me for the fast pass because I just opened it up. I didn't have to even write it on there. How do you know I wanted to use my fast pass for that book? Mm-hmm. So like you said, shouldn't you have something to click on it that let you know I want to use it for this book?
Yeah, you really should.
So you using my fast pass that I didn't write on the invoice. So I didn't have nowhere to click on it. And I just wanted to check my pricing. So they use one of my fast passes.
You said you were doing an order for 2-day modern?
I did a 2-day modern.
How many books?
These books I sent in, I didn't use my coupon. So I don't know if they're going to automatically use my coupon like they did for the fast pass.
They won't unless you tell them to.
Okay.
But I'm basing that on common sense. I have never sent a 2-day modern and just paid the 2-day modern. Every time
I just did it. Yeah, I just did it with this order. And so far, I'm looking at my total. They didn't use my coupons. But they're going to use it for the one I just sent. But they didn't use it for the one I sent before.
Okay.
So, because I wrote it on there. But like you said, I thought it was for the whole order.
Yeah.
But then the 2-day modern is not even 2 days anymore. If you look at their current grading time, it's a week.
One week.
Yeah. So,
which you got to admit, at least they're being honest and telling you the times.
Yeah.
I mean, if it actually takes 1 week, that's what they told me. Great. Yeah. It's not CGC 3 months before they even open it, and it's supposed to be done in 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I can go rant about that because I saw JP Budget Collecting in here that he celebrated that he got his order finally grading and quality control. Too. And it's like, wait, my stuff has been there almost 3 weeks before his.
Well, anyway, we're probably going to talk a little bit more here, but the basic gist is I want everyone who I've told and everyone watching and who that I now know 100% now how the Fast Pass coupon works for the bronze membership. You get 3. It's for 3 individual books. You can Fast Pass for free. You also get 2 2-day modern coupons. What that means is you can do 2 individual books at 2-day modern, and they will charge you 0 for those 2 books. That's what the coupon is. Now, you might ask yourself, well, is it worth it to do a $100 membership? Well, If you don't, you're going to be paying $18 a book. So as long as you send in, 50 books at minimum, the cost right there is the same. Plus, you're getting 2 free 2-day moderns and 3 fast passes free. So yeah, if you do enough books, it's worth it. But if you're not planning on doing but less than 30, I would say, or maybe less than 40 books to CBCS in a year, it is not worth it to do a paid membership. You need to do the free membership, which they do offer.
Yeah, which I just did the math for. If you're just doing, say you're just like, oh, let me just, I'm going to send maybe like 20 books in. You're going to send 20 books in or even less than that. Like some people might send only a handful of books in. It's actually not worth it for the $100 tier because I just did the math. You save $2.
Right.
if you just do minimum.
And it's the same thing for CGC, by the way. The people who tell you about the you get the credit with the premium tier or whatever. Yeah, you might get the credit, but you're still out that money. So if you're only doing a few books, it's not worth it. They have a $25 membership at CGC. If you just want to send in a few books to them, do that.
Yeah.
If you want to do CBCS, their option is free.
Yeah, it's actually work. If you're gonna do CGC and send a good bit of books, it's actually better to send it to somebody like Erod who has that dealer tier or whatever, and then they can submit it for you. Then you're gonna save the 15 or 10% now, and it's worth it that way. But
I currently have the elite tier. That's the same one Erod has. So until I think October something. Anything I submit to them, I'll be able to do on the at a 10% discount. And I'm pretty much only CBCS, so I don't really care about CGC anymore. But just in case, I will be doing once that runs out, I'll be renewing at the $25 associate level because there's no incentive to do any other level.
Yeah, it's really no incentive for both of them, honestly, to pay for it. It was a good incentive when you told me about for CBCS that I could send like a 10-book order and and I can do it 2 times or something like that. To me, that would make the paid membership a little bit better. Have a minimum. Maybe don't do 1 book. Maybe say 5 books. You send a max 5 books, modern. Yeah. You can get 2-day grid, and you get 2 of those, and then you're like, oh yeah, I get 10 of them. So you get like, oh, I get 10. I can send 10 books. That would sound better than just 1 book.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, if you do more than 50 books, which I will be doing this year for sure, probably every year. I think last year I did like 87 something books, but that was all CGC pretty much, except for a few. Yeah, it's worth it for the $100 membership because you're paying that $2 less per book. But until you get to that point, do the free.
Yeah, until you get to that point. Yeah.
It was worth it to pay the $100 had they done the 2-day modern coupon like I originally was told. But now that I know that's wrong, unless you're doing like 50 books or more, just do the free membership.
Yeah. But I still say, if you want to get your modern books faster than CGC, go to CBCS. Okay.
Yeah. And there's one more thing. Since we're on the subject, I want to show people. They never addressed this. Two Brothers Comics. In a video, they were talking about how long it takes for everything, and they gave wrong information, and I don't think they've ever corrected it. But they were showing like the modern here, if you're a member, and to them that means if you're paid, it's $16 a book. If you're not paid and you're just a free member, it's $18 a book. And this is 4 to 6 weeks currently. Now, these times, 4 to 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, you go down 2-day modern, 2 business days. Those are not accurate. Those are what they want them to be. These are the standard times. This is what it's supposed to be. They want this to take 4 to 6 weeks. They want 2-day modern to take 2 business days. but that's not correct. How you find out how they're actually doing on turnaround time is you go up here at the top. There's this tab that says turnaround times. Now, if we look at it, modern is 13 weeks. 2-day modern is 1 week. Pressing, it's a little longer on the modern for pressing. And, then fast pass cuts everything in half. Fast press cuts everything in half. If you're doing a verified signature, you're going to have to add a week to whatever tier the signature's on. So I just wanted to point that out to people, that if your books are not back in 6 weeks and you're like, what the crap? Well, that's because you got to look on this tab to find out what it is, which they have added. This was not original to the site. They added this. But in my personal opinion, they should have it on the same page as the pricing, or they should delete the time frame from the pricing page and only have this one.
Yeah, they could easily delete it, since if they added that later, they should just easily delete it. But I mean, I don't know. I would have never do that either. But I remember you telling me a while back about that.
Yeah.
And technically, the 6 weeks part would be correct if you use FastPass. So you do the math. Yeah. for the modern, modern in the tier. But besides that, everything else is like incorrect.
Yeah, but anyway, I guess the rant part's over. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm going to wind up doing is, I initially thought, well, maybe I should just have them send me all the books back and refund me completely. And I'm like, well, then I get back raw books instead of graded books. And one of those books in particular, of the 6 I sent, is that high grade 266 Uncanny X-Men that I was telling you about, that you've seen. So no matter what grade it comes back, 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, I'm gonna at minimum double my money on the thing. So I'm just gonna let it sit. I overdrafted my account because I wasn't expecting this much, But hey, I'm just gonna let it sit. Hopefully it'll take 1 week, but even if it takes 2 weeks round trip, I get it back. I sell that book, and that one thing pretty much takes care of me. That one book, and I got another 5, and then of course DS has 6 of them are his.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's when hearing about it's kind of irking, and then like I said, all the little issues they have, like it's little issues that aggravate you. And you said you want to be able to talk to somebody, and I don't know if CBCS noticed this, or if people have traveled in CBCS, because I don't think they've traveled a lot of conventions like they should, and then they would realize when you go across America, everybody talks different. Everybody talks different. So even if you email and very good back and forth to people, some people could take the email the wrong way. Yeah. So you need to talk to people, hear their voice, see what their concern is. They might sound angry on the email, but they might not be. Or they might not sound angry on the email, and they're furious. So you need to learn.
I do have to admit, the last email I sent was in all caps.
Oh, yeah, so you want to make sure they understood that you were not happy.
Yeah.
You should have put at the end, and my caps lock is not broken. Then they really would have understood.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, they're at our convention here locally, Huntsville, every year. So they do go to some, but not as many as
not nearly as many.
Enough. Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know who I will get to. I don't know if I'll actually get a call back or not. And I mean, we'll see what happens, but I hope I can convince them. They've had this website since at least 2017, since they opened, most likely, but I started with a free membership in 2017. They have had opportunity and time to take care of the whole e-coupon situation. It should be done by now. No excuses.
2015, they've had this website. I just looked up when I was a member on there. 2015 is when they had this website up. So at least before. Yeah.
So it's been 6 years. No more excuses. Get off your butt. Go grab your nerds and have them do the coding needed to take care of the website. At least provide an explanation on the e-coupon. Preferably also provide a way to click on it for the invoice. And if you're going to make me just the happiest little camper, delete the weekly time on the pricing page.
Yeah, because people get confused by that, and it's not accurate at all because they're starting to get backed up because of CGC.
Yeah, but I mean, I've actually asked in the Economics and Comics video, I asked Steve Borak, well, I was typing in questions, obviously. Hey, when will the e-coupon actually be E? And he goes, yeah, I know people have complained about that. We're working on it. That was like 8 months to a year ago. You've had time. Do it!
You're in Dallas. You don't know how many people that's a technology place. Dallas is a big place for technology, my wife told me, because she used to work out there. So you can grab somebody and do that in a weekend.
Yeah. I would imagine someone in Dallas is a 21-year-old who could use $1,000, and they'll just one day get all that coding done.
Oh, you can. Or they would do it for a reference. They probably would do it for a reference.
Yeah, I mean, we're not asking you to build a whole new website. We're asking you to add a couple sentences and maybe a Dropbox function to add something to the thing. I mean, we're not asking for a whole lot.
You have a spot to put coupons in. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Some people don't have spots to put coupons in. They have that, so obviously somebody can do it. Micah says tacos, which Will hates
he
tacos.
always says tacos. But anyway, yeah, man. So basically, I was having to deal with that. It made me mad. I wanted to get on and do my little rant, but you know, I'm still going to use CBCS because the product's still good. I haven't had any major issues with them. This is one person's fault for not knowing what they're supposed to and being paid to know from a year ago. Because it's only because of that I was doing what I was doing. And had they told me correctly, I would have done things a little different. You know, I would have probably had one order of 2 books that was just paying the shipping. You know, rather than coming up with all these big orders.
Yeah, because I've
been on almost 40 minutes, but you got to rewind if you want to see the rant.
Yeah, you want to see a rant. Get to the part where go to the right before when I say, all right, you take a breath and I'll try to answer some things. That's a good rant. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I'm concerned about both companies at this point, just because it's just I just want to get my books back, man. I'm patient normally, but CBCS, like I said, they open my books up faster. I'm very happy with that. They put it in the system faster.
CGC is like a 21-year-old kid that has an alcohol problem and then goes and gets a job at a liquor store. And CBCS is like a 5-year-old who's trying to learn how to tie a shoe and you're having to cheer them on. That's basically what both companies are right now.
Yeah, because the little kid will remember everything. Trust me, I know about that. And the alcoholic, he'll put something in the back room and be like, oh, I don't know if we have that in stock. And you'd be like, oh, yeah, we do. And you're like, that's basically how I thought about it in my head just now.
Yeah, I mean, out of the two, I'd rather deal with the child, which is what I'm doing.
Because you can nurture, groom.
Yeah,
you can groom it, guide it in the right direction. But the alcoholic, he's done. He's already.
Yeah.
When you're trying to hire, how many people they're trying to hire and get
70
bonus?
is what they said they already hired.
But they're trying to hire like 100 or something more. I guess it's a crazy number, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that not that many people qualified to work in that market of that area. That I'm just saying. So basically, you're hiring high schoolers and whoever knows who else.
Well, let's be honest. Entering in stuff after you open the box, that shouldn't take that much of training, It shouldn't be that hard. I don't know why they're having to offer over $2,000 sign-on bonus. I mean, you look at comic books all day. We would love that job, at least for the first week. But I mean, I don't understand, man. But
I mean,
they're also hiring.
Summer job.
Yeah, they're hiring for the collectibles group where they do paper money, they do coins, they do stamps, they do cards, trading cards, and comics. And we're just worried about the one splinter off of comics.
Mm-hmm.
But the hiring is for the whole shebang.
Yeah, and I can tell you, on the card side, they're no better than the comic side. I sent 2 packages in. They received it, but have not logged it in. So they're doing the same trick, but they're actually doing it longer because somebody told me. I didn't know that till I already sent my stuff, but they're taking 2 months to open packages for cards.
Could not.
Yes. So I've had stuff there. It's almost at the 2-month mark, so it should be getting open soon. And
did you catch this from Daymers? He has 5 orders at CGC. My first order has been received. The last order has been received. The 3 in the middle have not. And they were separated over 3 months when he sent those middle ones in.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because the reason why it makes sense is because they remind me of DC for making movies. They got like a shotgun with birdshot, and they're just shooting it everywhere. So that's what they're doing over there. I mean, it's like I said, when JP said, "Oh, you got stuff moving," then I looked at the date. I said, "Hold up, my stuff's been there 16 days before you received." I was like, "How is that?"
and they helped us out. They helped us out by adding a little block on the website where you could enter in your code from your tracking number to find out if it actually arrived there or not. We already could do that.
Yeah, you could do that.
We didn't know if it was there. We already know it's there. We want to know, did you know it was there? Have you touched it? Have you smelled it? Have you opened it up? Have you entered it in the system? That's what we want to know.
Because some of us have
how much money do you think it costs to make that change to the website? CBCS could have done something to fix their issue on the e-coupon thing. And CGC's trying to solve a problem that they didn't have. We can already do that. The post office tells me, Bob Smith signed for the package at CGC.
Yeah, you need to hire people to open them. I'm pretty sure you can hire a lot of veterans, maybe that need jobs that can just open packages and place them somewhere. Just hire somebody,
Veterans, I like that idea. It's Florida anyway. They got old people, as a product down there, basically.
That'll get me on a rant with them because stuff should not be sitting. Like the major concern I have is where is it sitting at? I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. Is it sitting outside in the rain waiting for it to be picked up? Is it sitting in the warehouse where it's 148 degrees? Or is it sitting in, just in line waiting to be opened and it's perfectly safe?
Yeah, you have no clue. No clue. And that's what drives me because you're sending books that have value. And everything has value that we're sending to either company. And me not to know if I see the post office says it got received by John Smith.
We're talking about CGC, Florida.
Oh, yeah. We're talking CGC at the moment. But like you see somebody signed it, but that's it. Like if something happened to my stuff, I need to know so I can call my insurance company. But if I wait 6 months or a year, depending on what service I use through CGC, my insurance company is going to say, "You think we're going to pay you for something a year ago?" Because if I show them tracking and all this, they're going to be like, "Wait, this was received in, back in February." They'd be like,
anyone had to deal with that because of how long ago that it was? I mean,
nobody. I don't. If they have, they have. Yeah, they have. If they haven't made it public on YouTube, and it has been a YouTuber or a person on Instagram. But I'm bringing up a scenario that could happen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That is an issue.
Oh, well, actually, somebody on YouTube. The Dorkeries, they lost their books. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember they lost the book.
CGC lost it, had no idea. They were ready to pay them for the books because they had no idea where they were at. But they kind of said, "Can you please keep looking? Can you please keep looking?" Because there one was a sentimental book in that bunch, so it was like his dad's book or something. So he was like, he wanted them to find him. I don't care. Find me the books. You can't replace a book that my dad owned. You can replace the other ones. You can't replace that one. He touched this. He read this one. I just wanted to protect it, and they lost it. And he's taught. He was. You could tell he was like, "Oh, you watch. People need to watch a video with Dork is dealing with that because." That just shows you they have no idea what they're doing, and like they literally lost some books, and so that tells you they don't know where they're putting it. We don't know where they're putting it. They don't know where they're putting it at.
Yeah, they need to have an overflow room for the overflow room, and pray and hope that they never have to use the extra overflow room. That should be how it's set up.
Dude, I felt like I watched that video. I'm happy they got this stuff back, but it's just like. What another one? What about the guy who didn't get his Raphael #1? Who got a Last Ronin?
Oh yeah. Well, in the comments of that video, turns out that a shop got it, and they worked it out in the end. But what happens if it was some shady guy? I mean, you're paying a $100 book for an over $1,000 book.
Yeah, so it's like that guy needs to buy a lottery ticket that happened because what's the odds of that happening? Very slim, because a lot of people are not going to be good people and going to be like, oh, I'm going to crack this immediately. I'm just saying.
So far, I have not gotten to that level of worry with CBCS.
Yeah,
they're doing good for what you expect right now.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to continue to use them. And I'm gonna continue to sell them at the same price as CGC. I don't care what people say.
They should just be the same price because their case is better, their grading's better. Yeah, well, I mean, I was talking with the man behind the red hood. I left a comment on one of his videos about how, I agree with you, man. You should sell. You should get the CBCS books same price you do for CGC. I've never paid less or got less for a CBCS book, but that's also because I don't price them different.
Yep.
In a bidding situation, it might happen, but it might not be because of that. It might be because of how you put the title in the listing. It might be because of your pictures. It might be because of when it started, when it stopped. It might be because of what that guy had to eat that day. It might be due to the amount of people. There's a lot of factors, but as far as buy it nows, claim sales, or offering a price, it's on you if it sells less.
Yeah, and he's a big dealer, which CGC didn't give a crap about. So that just tells you, if they don't give a crap about a big dealer who's spending tens of thousands, close to probably 100,000 in the last 3 years, I think. He spent because he put the totals. I think he spent close to 100,000 in 3 years, people. If they don't care about somebody like that, they don't care about you.
Get this. Do you know how much the discount is for CBCS if you're a dealer like the man behind the red hood?
They don't list it. What is it?
They only pay $14 per modern book.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
But I guess you have to call or email them to find that out because they don't.
You have to qualify. They have a process.
Okay. I wonder how you qualify. You probably have to send so many in a year or something.
Yeah. Well, on their thing, I stopped sharing the screen, but so I'll just tell you. On the membership here, you have dealer, and it just says qualified as far as the cost per year, and it tells you that they pay 14. It tells you what they pay for every tier.
Okay.
Yeah, it tells you 14 for modern,
never even looked at it,
so. They only pay 27 for consumer, and they only pay 72 for rapid, and only 2.4% of FMV versus 2.6 if you have the bronze tier, or 2.75 if you have the free tier. and it's also a max of 2,200 rather than 2,600, and a minimum of 120 rather than 130. So that's where their 1 day or walkthrough equivalent. So it's a good thing. Dealer status has to be approved by CBCS and quotas met to maintain status. So that's how you apply for that.
Yeah, and the quotas is probably what I hate to say, like a Red Hood type of person who's going to be sending that much in probably. Yeah, or somebody like Erod, if he gets enough people that send it in, because he has a dealer with CGC. He doesn't have just the elite. He has a dealer thing because he sends so much in with CGC. But if he can get enough of the guys and enough of people from YouTube, then he can have that as well with them. And it's beneficial, as you can see the prices. Like if you go to a presser, like Erod, they give you the prices they receive.
Well, most of the people that I know of on YouTube, if they don't do CBCS at all, 90% of them are like the boy who had 7, who's just super OCD and has to have it all be the same. That's the only real reason. Most of the guys on YouTube, except for that 10% that believe the myth of the price difference or whatever, most of them are okay with CBCS and using them.
Yeah, for stuff that I'm not selling immediate. I always thought of it this way: stuff that I'm not selling immediately. This is how it used to be. Stuff that I wasn't selling immediately was I didn't care if CBCS or CGC. Then I got into the mind frame because of what the delays have been and all the other stuff. It's like, you know what? It doesn't matter which one of those two companies, because Steve Borock started both. It's like.
But he's only at one.
Yeah, he's only at one. He's at the other one, which I like better now. But that's why I'm trying to say it shouldn't matter at that point. You got a person who actually was the head of this,
Right. So I guess the question for you then is, now that you know, is this going to be your last year for a bronze membership? Now that we know how it works now, the true way of how it works, and you're just do free membership from now on, or do you think you're going to be submitting enough or doing enough higher tier stuff that it's worth it for you to have the bronze membership?
I personally wouldn't be submitting enough to do a paid one for either company now, since I know what I know about CBCS. The free one did well for me before, even with reholders and stuff that I sent them before. So I'll probably stick with free, and I'll probably do whatever the minimum one is for CGC just to have it. But a lot of times I send stuff to get pressed, so I'll go through that party. Unless it's modern stuff, then I'll get, like I did, Erod press some books for me. So send the modern stuff back to me, and I sent them to CBCS myself under my account, because I didn't send a slip ahead of time.
As long as you have the bronze tier, make sure it's always under your invoice that things get sent in, because you get the reward points and you'll get a few dollars off your last submission at the end of the year.
So I mean, but I'll probably end up continue doing a free one. I might pay attention to CBCF and see if it's worth it, but I don't think I'm going to submit as much. I mean, this is like a side hustle business, or whatever you want to call it. People might call it, but I consider it a side business. But I'm not going to. So it's not a main business. So I'm not going to submit as much as somebody like you, for example. You know what I mean? We're on different levels for submission stuff.
Well, I'm not really doing as good as you probably are on the side business as of right now, but that's mainly just because of how long it's taking to receive things back. If I could, I get cash strapped during that interim time after I've bought books and I'm waiting for books to come back and get received. But now that I have all 5 of my orders at CBCS, they've all been paid for. So I don't have to worry about that hitting my account. So I got a few more books coming in raw that I can sell, including another X-Men 266 newsstand that I managed to get. And then as those others come in, hopefully I'll be able to sell and then I want to get to that point to where I'm buying books, I'm sending books off at the same time I'm getting books, getting
Yeah, big
money for
circle.
those books, and being able to pull the profit out and then pull the profit out and have it
Mhm.
do. That's the point I'm
Yeah.
getting to. And unless you have like 10 grand to start with, that's really hard for me right now because of how long it takes to get things back and start. It's like,
Mhm.
come on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how I am. Since it's a side business for me, is that I'm at that process because it's very hard, especially when because on my I got 4 orders out on 2 different CGC and CBCS, 4 orders total. About 2 orders that have been sitting at CGC for months now. Uh, you know, um, I don't know when I'm gonna get that back. That's 35 books total. 35 books. Then
Yeah.
I have 16 plus the 5 I just sent, so 21 at CBCS. I'm probably going to get the ones from CBCS back first, which is sad when you think about CGC since they've had them forever.
Yeah.
But
To answer your question, Comic Journey, we see them sell for exactly the same because we don't price them differently. But for the most part, to actually answer your question, I'm seeing it go from 10 to closing in on 5% now. It's basically to the point of being negligible.
yeah, I can tell you this Comic Journey blue chip books will not sell 10, 5%, or 2% from CGC. Blue, and I'm saying that, so I said blue chip books. We're talking about the Hulk 181s, X-Men ones. If you do it as buy it nows, not auction, if you do it at buy it nows, somebody is going to get that book because I use this term because it makes more sense than census. But on the pop side, census, there's only so many. So guess what? If you're showing the X-Men 1 at a certain grade, I'll use this example, Avengers 8, because since I have it, Avengers 8 at a 6.5, they have none listed on eBay at 6.5. They've only got like a 7, or they might have a 6. But guess what? I judge the price when I'm gonna put that 6.5 on. I'm not gonna price it under the 6.
No.
I've seen people say, "Oh man, you priced that kind of high for that." I said, "Yeah, but I'm not going to price it underneath the 6.0 that's on eBay."
Well,
So,
in that situation, I'd look at, okay, the 6s have been selling about this. Okay, the 7s have been selling about this. What if somebody doesn't quite have enough for the 7, but doesn't want to get as low as a 6? I got a 6.5. I'll price it right under here.
that's kind of what I've noticed with that certain those blue chip books. It really doesn't, because they're harder to find. Like that's why I use the Avengers 8 analogy, because I have a 6.5 in that book, and I know I looked a week or two ago. They don't have any 6.5s on eBay.
Well, let me show you what I have. I'm starting to get a little more serious. I I just went negative like I told you. I got to get me some money. So I've been trying to sell on eBay now, and I'll just show you what I have active on eBay and what I'm getting so far at the moment. Let me just share this screen here, and I'll show you. And let's see here, Chrome tab, eBay.
And that's correct too, John. Comic Journey. If somebody's gonna sell it for cheap, buy it. Like I said, buy it now, because it will level off. It will level off. Buy it now for the deals.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I got if we scroll down here, I got this is some random book that I put up because it was there. It's only got 4 views. It's 99 cents. I don't care what happens to that book. Same thing with this Luke Cage. I got it in a silversmith thing, but it's not a key. It's nothing of note. Screw it. Who cares? I doubt it. It's a Bronze Age though, so I put it at $2.99 starting, but only 6 views. So who cares about those books? When they go off auction, I'll just keep them in my long boxes. But Wolverine's apparently a good seller. I got number 5 that I got at a 9.8 CGC. I started it at $9.99, $9.99. 144 views. I got 3 watchers and 3 bids. Already at 1284, and there's almost 4 days left. So that thing will sell okay. I got this in a thing. It's just issue 378, 79, and 80 of Maximum Carnage. One of them happens to be a newsstand. I started it at 99 cents, did $40 buy it now because I just want to get rid of it basically. But man, I've already got 75 views on the thing, 3 watchers, 2 bids already. It's got over 4 days left. It should be okay. This is 2 books I got from Silversmith that are basically pieces of crap. They're just old FF books. I started at the 99 cents and I didn't care what happened to it. But man, I've already got 54 views, 3 watchers, and 5 bids, and it has over 4 days left. I'm at 550 from 99 cents. For 2 books that are less than a 3.5, that neither one are keys. That's shocking to me. And I happen to have an old Silver Age Millie the model. I just threw it up at 99 cents. It probably won't sell. It only has 11 views. When it gets through with auction, I'll just end the thing and keep it in my boxes. This I'm trying to sell for Micah. It's Uncanny X-Men 129. We put it at about a fine, very fine. It's First Kitty Pryde, Emma Frost, Hellfire Club, all that. We're doing 500 buy it now. 114 views, 1 watcher. It's on a buy it now thing, so it's every 30 days. It's got 20 days left. But I've been sending offers to the watchers that watch it for like $4.25. I mean, I'll probably go even lower just to get it sold, but no one's wanting to buy for whatever reason. But that's an excellent book with all the first appearances it has. And then I got 3 watchers and 87 views on this Nonstop Spider-Man 2. It's a 1 in 100 Virgin variant, 9.8 Cbcs. You always got to put the CGC in there. One of these days, I won't even have to do that. Then of course Geiger. I have one. I'm one of the first people probably that got it in a slab, 9.8. $100 best offer. It's going for like $80. Only 29 views. Doc Savage, Man of Brawn. This is issue 1 through 5. $40 buy it now or best offer. I mean, on eBay, I'm not sure, but if anyone offers me like $30 for it, I'd say sold. Just add the shipping. And then the last thing I have is the Teen Titans 39. Last Dick is Robin. $15 buy it now or best offer. 26 views, 1 watcher. I sent an offer to this guy for 11. Don't think he's going to take it though. Anyway, that's what I got on eBay at the moment. Just trying to test the water, see what happens. Got some raw books on there. Nothing major as you saw.
It's still something though. Still something. That's all that matters. I tried another avenue, this app called Whatnot. Gonna see how it works out. Sold over $500 worth of stuff, so that was good. And less than in about 30 minutes. It tells you the earnings breakdown. So they charge about 8% commission and a 2.9 processing fee, so it's 10.9% they take, which is still cheaper than eBay.
It's more than short box though.
It's more than short box, but short box doesn't allow. But short box doesn't allow you to go live and and sell your books.
In what way? What do you mean? Comment journey. Tell me in what way, and I can answer that.
Like, for a specific issue, or
yeah.
Marvel.
He means Marvel Cup presents number 1. Oh, dude, I've got 3 of them one's slabbed at a 9.6, it could use a press, so it's definitely could be a 9.8. And as I see them, I'm getting them. It's the first appearance of a Fear Lord, first appearance of Sapphire Styx, and the first Madripoor in comics. And we already saw Madripoor. Why that book didn't jump up real fast, I don't know. But once we get a mutant named Wolverine in there, you watch. That book's going to go crazy. It's already almost $100 in the 9.6, if not there already. So I love that book. Get it if you can. High grade as you can. Get it slabbed. That's my opinion.
I've been telling people get Submariner 1, Iron Man 54.
I have never owned that book, Submariner 1.
Yeah, it's getting
I've owned Iron Man Submariner, that one-shot #1. I've owned that before, but I've never got to own the Submariner #1. Well, I've never owned Iron Man #1 either, but I've never tried.
But yeah, that one is it's getting up there now with the speculation and stuff like that. So I got one at CBCS, I got one here currently, and but the next one I've been telling people, like, because some people's like, oh man, I should have listened to you. You got that Submariner, blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah. I said that was 2019 spec, but so I've been telling people try to get that first Moondragon.
Yeah.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, it basically they're kind of telling you what they're gonna do. They've been saying they want, like, Moondragon was hinted, or not hinted, but was kind of like spec'd on, and now talks are talking about Dave Bautista doesn't want to play Drax anymore. So what's the best way to get rid of Drax? Like, have Moondragon come in and take over. I'm just saying. But because he wants his costume to change and he doesn't feel like going shirtless in the whole movie, and yada yada yada. I wish I had half the physique he had. Worried about going shirtless.
Why don't they just have him be more comics accurate then? He's not shirtless in the books. So
he did mention it. He did mention it. So we'll see. We'll see. But he said he'll keep doing it as long as James Gunn's doing it. That's what he said too. So we'll see. And you can get some good stuff on eBay. I saw him quote eBay.
Well, it depends, Comic Journey. What grade is it, and what is it? What are you thinking it'll probably sell for? Because if it's a 9.6 or a 9.8, I mean, if you need the money or something, this is what me and Hudat talk about on our Bad Advice show that we sometimes do. If you need the money, then you need the money to sell the thing. But if you're asking us, profit and just side business kind of thing, I would say if it's a 9.6 or 9.8, pull it off right now and wait. And if it's a 9.4 or lower, depends. I mean, because you still got time to get more of them. Even in a newsstand, what is it going at right now? How long does it have? Will it go above, under, or right at what it should go for? That'd be what I'd ask. And that'd be what I say. What about you?
Yeah, it's the same thing I would say, and it's like your ultimate goal on it. It's your ultimate goal on it. If you're just trying to get rid of it, and get rid of it, do whatever you want. But if you're pinched for money, then yeah. But if you're not really, I would say hold on to it.
It's a fine plus. Just keep it on there. Then you're fine.
Yeah. I didn't, but like if it was high grade, something like that. Like I have a couple of books that I know if I forced them out, I could sell them. I show them every now and then. I know you've seen them on my auction. Every now and then I pull out the Iron Fist 14. I might pull out the Avengers 8. I might pull out the Young Avengers 1. And I'm just getting it in people's minds, like, and I put them at prices that are reasonable, I think, because we all see what happened with other books that I've tried to sell for less. It ends up being $200-$300 book, like the Hit Monkey.
Yeah, my answer is still the same, Comic Journey. If it's a 9.6, 9.8, I'd get it graded and hold it. But if it's 9.4 or less, and it's graded or not graded, you just realize there's a difference in price there. But you're probably going to be fine leaving it up. I I mean, if it should go for $60 and it's going at 30 right now, and you only have an hour left, well, maybe not. But I mean, there's a lot of it depends when you ask a question like that.
Guess how much? I just had to look up that book because I mentioned it. Hit Monkey.
Let me get 5 now.
Well, no, the cover A, which was like a $3 book.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find one. They got one on bids, so I won't say that you can. But you can't if you're just trying to buy one. You're not gonna spend under $50. And this was a book that was probably $1 bin, but you could have bought on eBay for $3. I know because I saw it on there, but I was like, I don't want the. I got the second print variant, the harder one. I was like, I'll keep that one. And now that book has like literally like 100 times, 10 times, whatever you want to say, percent wise, is like crazy. And I'm just like, that is insane, you know. But that's why I'm like, I'm not too pushing on some of these books. I know if I wanted to sell my Iron Fist 14 and just double my money, somebody would buy it immediately because double my money would be $1,000. And you're not going to buy a 9.4 Iron Fist signed by Chris Claremont for $1,000.
But let's take a look. See, I got cover price pulled up. Let's take a look at this Marvel Comics Presents #1. Let's see. They don't have the variant for it listed here, so everything will be on this page. Okay, it's looking like it's actually going for around $100 now in a 9.6, almost $300 in a 9.8, but they have last sale at like $60 for a 9.4. That may be an old sale, but if you go over here to the raw, the highest sales of raw, in other words, 8590 and better, you're looking at $50, and you can get it depending on how bad it is. It's going for as low as $2. So I would. The average is $12.49. I'd say try and get you close to $60 out of it, man.
Yeah, since it's a newsstand.
Yeah, since it's a newsstand, if it's raw, and if it's graded, well, I'd still try and get it about the same price based on this right here. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a book like. And since you have he said he had a couple. You have a couple of issues, so I'm thinking you have a couple of issues of it. I mean, I wouldn't sell it short. If you see the average sales around $50, I would say $40 would be my minimum. Yeah. And then move it that way. If nobody buys it,
unless you paid $40. Yeah. And also always there's a lot of questions that have to be answered. It depends on what you paid too. But if you paid like less than $10 for it, and I mean 40, 50.
Yeah, but a person like him who said he has a couple copies, I'm guessing he just picked them up throughout the years. Yeah, I'm assuming just how that I read that, but yeah, I bought it at my LCS for I forgot how much I paid for it. It was under $10 that I found it. It was a pretty high grade copy.
I got a couple under that amount, and I got another one I paid a little bit more for.
Actually, no, that's the wrong one I'm thinking of. What's the one with the what's the other one?
You're gonna do fine.
Oh yeah. It's probably gonna get 20 at least.
Yeah, but
I might bid on it for 99 cents.
Well, $9.99.
Oh yeah, $9.99.
That was his original copy. So yeah, you're gonna be fine, man. But I got a 9.6 in there that can be pressed. I got another raw one in there that's probably like a 9.0, maybe 9.2, probably like a 9.0, and then I got one coming hopefully tomorrow. And then if I see more, there's a few books that if I see them, I get multiples of them because I know the book. Like Wolverine's my guy. I know those books. And I also know a little something about Web of Spider-Man #1. So Wolverine stuff, I can buy multiple of, like that Marvel Comics Presents. And Web of Spider-Man #1, I buy multiple of those too, just to hold back, because that thing should – it's the only #1 Black Suit Spider-Man issue that has not seen a huge spike. Think about it. 252, the Marvel Team Up, 300, Secret Wars 8. All those things have been shooting up, but not Web of Spider-Man #1. It's a number
Yeah,
one.
I got another one for you too. I think it's is it Spectacular 90? That's the first time the black suit was in that series. And it
Yeah,
literally came out it came out not too long after 252.
yeah, that's another thing to look for.
Yeah, that one I always pick because that one's a good one to pick up because if you can find it at 9.6 to 9.8 quality, if it comes at 9.8, it's an expensive book because people know what it is and it's hard to get in that black cover. But that one has the Cena spike, just like the one you were talking about. That's the ones I buy. I buy those because if
Yeah,
all these other ones are getting these spikes, these two, the ones we both were mentioning, should see the same spike because in Spectacular, that's the first time with the black suit, and then in Web, that's the first time with the black suit.
yeah. But the funny thing is, at a convention now where you expect people to know stuff and have things priced near the top, I paid $10 for that thing, the Web one, and it came back, or it hadn't come back yet. It should come back at 9.8. I have no doubt it's going to be a 9.8. Got another copy in there. Worst case scenario, it's a 9.6, but I think it could be a 9.8. Already had a 9.8 comeback, sold it, not selling anymore. I think it's away or at Cbcs or something. So yeah. Yeah, it should go up, but it doesn't shoot up. It'll go up over time, but it never shoots up, and I don't know why. Because it's a great book, great candidate to shoot up. It's one of the few painted covers. It's the only one I think in that entire run. Black suit, #1 issue, and it's Spider.
Yeah, it's those are a couple ones. Yeah.
Well, we'll probably say another couple words here off air, but we've been on an hour and 20 minutes almost, so I think I'm going to say the rant has been over. We've just been shooting the bull. Thank everybody for watching, all 4 of you, it looks like. Thank everyone who was here during the first part, the rant. Thank you to Who That to coming. I agree, Comic Journey. I don't know either. And we will see you guys later.